Good morning. Welcome to Colorado. We're on US 287, the same 287 that's down in Texas. We passed through Springfield just a little while ago, and we got about 53 miles up to Eads, E-A-D-S, Colorado, where we're going to stop at the Loves right there. Got out of the road a little bit more there, buddy. So unfortunately, we are about 150 miles behind schedule. So about 2.5 hours behind schedule right now. Yesterday, we left Buffalo, Texas. Buffalo, Texas. We got up through Houston. Or we got up to Dallas Fort Worth. Went around that I-20 up to the 360. That took us up to 183. We took that over to the I-820. And eventually worked our way around to 287, and we started taking that north up to, up to Wichita Falls, which wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a little bit of traffic, of course, but it wasn't too bad. Slower than I wanted to be going, but whatever. Then we got past Wichita Falls. We got to the town of Henrietta. Right on the south side of Henrietta, we got stopped because of a power line being stretched across the highway. So, well, I lost about 20 minutes there. We got ourselves to Chillicothe, to the Allsups there. We did a 30-minute break there, then proceeded down the road. On the east side of Quanah, Texas, massive traffic backup. Now, I was already supposed to be slated to take a detour, around a certain, a spot there on the little bit west of Quanah. So I was supposed to go up 287 to the western intersection for Farm Road 2568. Now that goes around, kind of a square around Quanah, or at least the southern part of it. And there's an eastern entrance and a western entrance on the pretty much on the outskirts of town. We had to take the western side, so take Farm to Market Road 2568 down to Farm to Market Road or Texas Road 104. We would have taken a right on there, westbound, all the way out to Farm to Market 2363. Would have taken a right, going north, back up to 287, down 287, continued on our way down the road, through Childress, and then eventually up to Amarillo. Well, the reason the road was shut down, a little bit east of Childress, there apparently was an accident with a fatality, at least one, from what I learned from talking to a few other drivers. And on top of that, there was a bridge collapse. Now, exactly where that was, I don't know. And of course, that's the direction my permits required me to go. So, I got through Quanah. They detoured everybody down Route 6. I turned on 104, went up to 2568, and got myself to the Loves there. There, I called the office, called my permit department saying, hey, I need to be rerouted. I gave them all the information I had at the moment. And fortunately, they reissued the permit with a new routing. So I didn't sit there that long. I was there for maybe half an hour or so. But I'm still behind schedule, so I lost well over half an hour, sitting in the traffic. Another half an hour sitting at the Loves, waiting for a new permit. So instead of going, out, like I said, 2568, 104, 2363, back to 280, back to 287, and all the way up to Amarillo, would have been an issue. I could have gotten to Boise City, Oklahoma by the end of the day. But the new routing, I had to go south on Airport Road, Texas 6, take that all the way down to Crowell, 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 or Crowell, however you want to pronounce it. There, get on US 70, take that out to Paducah, Matador, Floydada. Follow that all the way up to Plainview, Texas. Take business route 127. Instead of getting right on 27 right there, I had to go north a little bit and then get on 27 a little bit further north. So we had to do an extra 100 plus miles in the wrong direction pretty much. So last night I got to Tulia, Tulia, to the Eagles Landing / Pilot. They're on I-27, about 45 miles south of Amarillo on I-27. I didn't get in there till well after 6 o'clock. There's nowhere really I could have gotten up to, because it would have been about 7 o'clock by the time I got to Amarillo. There would have been no parking up there, so I wasn't going to worry about it. The damage has already been done. So this morning, got going, dealt with my curfew times and whatnot. I could only get up about 45 minutes 35 minutes before or depart from Tulia, because I could only drive at nighttime on the interstate highway. So once I got up to exit 115, even though my permit says 116, there is no exit 116, whatnot. So 115 got off, turned left on Hollywood. That took us over to 355. They had the road closed again there at Soncy Road, 355, Coulter Road, I believe it's called, Coulter Road South. So, I got detoured going north on Coulter, made a left on Hillside. That finally took me back out to 355, where I was supposed to be. But they had the road blocked. I couldn't do anything, I'm not just going to sit there and park it and wait for 2 hours or an hour and a half, whatever it was going to be, just so I could get a new permit. I just did what I was forced to do. So then I got around, around the west side and the north side, back over to Dumas Road, 87 and 287 going north. Like I said, got up through Dumas. I stopped there at Stratford, Texas, right where US 54 crosses. And I take US 54 more often than I take this road. I've been up and down this road a couple of times, but not as many times as US 54. I stopped there at Stratford, topped up my fuel, topped up my DEF, whatnot. Now, because it's going to be cheaper there than up here in Colorado, for the most part. Let's see, what was it there? Yeah. $3.60 a gallon for diesel, and $4.20 for the DEF. So I'm pretty sure that's cheaper there than it is up here in Colorado. And we'll see what this Love's right here has for diesel. Slow down here a little bit. Trucks over 8 tons must clear weigh station 5 miles ahead. We have our Colorado permit. I did sign it, so everything on the truck is legal, so we should be good.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Let's see here. I don't have my CB hooked up in this truck, so I can't really call any of the so I can't really find out if it's open or closed yet, so whatever. Lamar, Colorado. And if I remember correctly, the weigh station up here is on the right-hand side, right after this bend up here that we got to take. If I remember correctly.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
It's been a little while since I've been through this town. And I think the last time I was going south, if I remember correctly. And the last time I went north through Lamar, maybe 3 years ago, approaching that, right about almost 3 years ago, two and a quarter, or 2 3/4, and 3 years ago. Excuse me. They definitely weren't doing any of this construction last time I went through here, so.
Way station ahead.
That's it, fellas. Look around, stare at the hole. Don't actually do anything, just look at it. Got to worry about the cones on the left and the mailboxes on the right. Rather hit them with my flags than the loads. That's why my flags are wider. Ready. So this is Lamar, Colorado. Because we got these parked cars on the right side now with people coming and going, opening their doors and whatnot. I'm going to get away from them here to the middle. It's like this lady here. I don't want to be hitting that woman there. The mailman right there, in and out. This guy opening his car door up here. No. I want to be as far away from those people as I can be, because that's safer. Oh, Lordy. Alright, so like I said, we are still heading up here to Aurora, Colorado, with the distance I gotta go. Let's see here. So we got 190, about 192 miles to go for the rest of the day. It's 10:30 Mountain Time. I'm a little over half an hour, just a tiny bit over half an hour away from Eads, Colorado. Where I'm going to stop in and check my load, use the old facilities, whatnot. So I want to stay away from that guy on his bike, his little scooter there. So, it's 10:30 now, so 11 o'clock approximately when I get here to Eads. So, another 2.5 hours-ish to drive, crossing the Arkansas River. Not that it's much at the moment. I mean, this little thing right here, but like I said, I should hopefully be up there 1:30 to 2 o'clock, which is the time I gave, for an ETA yesterday morning before, I lost all that extra time. So we're still on pace to be there when I need to be there, but I'm a good 2.5 to 3 hours or more behind schedule when I truly wanted to be there. I wanted to be there by noon at the latest. If that would have been possible, that would have been a very easy and doable thing. But accident, traffic, road construction, a bridge collapsing, from what I was told. All that, a big detour for a lot of extra miles of time to get around. All right. Way station is open. 4.4. All right. We got our permit. We got all our paperwork right there, so we get to go in. Bringing my paperwork in CDL. Here we go. Get our flashes on. Make sure everybody's coming here. Ready. So we are going in for that. All right, let's see here. We got our paperwork there. Got to get our trailer stuff here. Let's see here. Got our medical card, trailer registration, trailer inspection on the safe side. permit book here. Take that in. Take that in. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, well, that's a whole lot of fun right there. All right. Yeah. Things are running a little bit smoother today, definitely. How you doing? So we are, like I said, we are here in Lamar, Colorado. We got pulled it. We got the weigh station was open. I went inside, took in my paperwork, CDL, my permit, my registration. Everything was good. So, here in Colorado, they will stamp your permit, and to say that everything is okay, that a DOT officer or whatever, said everything was good. So, as far as that's concerned, we are all right and correct. I'll straighten that out later. So, the truck is good and legal. Put these back where they belong, because I need to have those where they belong. So, my travel date, the time, what today is, the name of the officer, and the identification number for that officer, and also, I said, what, no gold star for doing everything right? But she did give me a smiley face, so we're good to go. So we're going to put ourselves back in drive here. There we go. We are over on our drive axles. We are over on our trailer axles for weight. But we are within the limits of what the permit allows me to do. So we are good and legal. We got a DOT officer here for Colorado, State Patrol, whatever. So if we get stopped anywhere else along the road and they have some kind of dispute whether I am legal, I can whip that permit out saying, this is the officer that scaled me, this is the officer that inspected my paperwork, this is the officer who said everything was A-okay. He's allowed to go down the road. So there we go. So like I said, we got about another half an hour on up to Eads, E-A-D-S, Colorado. We're going to pull in there real quick for a load check. Then I will determine how much time it's going to say that I need to get to my receiver. I got 3 hours and 11 minutes before I must take a 30-minute break. So, and that's the amount of drive time I have for that as well. Like I said, yesterday's accident, on 287, to the east of Childress, Texas.
In 3 miles, exit right onto US 287 toward Eads.
The bridge collapse that went on 287 in that area between Quanah and Childress. like I said, that added a whole lot of extra time and miles to my trip here. So, it's not going as smoothly as we would like. But I can only do what I can do as I can do it. I mean, fortunately, I got to the pilot, I think it's 1083, I believe is the pilot number, in Stratford, Texas, right at 287 and 54, that intersection. Fortunately, I got there a little bit later because some knucklehead on the right-hand side pump, satellite pump, ripped the nozzle and hose out of the pump because they weren't paying attention to what they were doing. So, fortunately, I got there. The guy had basically just finished up repairing it, making sure it's not leaking, and if everything's working properly. So, I filled up fairly easily. I put 100 and something gallons, 130, 140 gallons, 137 gallons, something like that, 134 gallons in the truck. I put 5 gallons of diesel exhaust fluid in just to keep it topped up and fresh. All right, North 287 to Lyman. And there's a TA Petro up in Lyman. There's a Pilot Flying J up in Lyman. Maybe.
In a quarter mile, take the first exit on the right onto US 287 toward Eads.
Yeah. It all works out in the end, I guess. Like I said, we're going to go through Lyman. We're going to get on I-70 there. That'll take me over to Denver.
Mile, keep right onto US 287.
I believe I'm going to get off at exit 286. I believe it is. And we'll turn south on that road right there. And then immediately turn right. And that will be my receiver should be right on the left-hand side. So we're not going to deal a whole lot with Denver. Hopefully, my manager has another load for me immediately. Today is around 460 miles, something like that, 440 miles today from where I was last night in Tulia, Texas, all the way up here. Up here to Aurora, Colorado. But I was trying to get to Boise City, Oklahoma yesterday, and I could have done it if it wasn't for all the slowdowns and the road closure and the rerouting. I could have got to Boise City yesterday around 5 o'clock p.m. But it was 165 miles short of that down in Tulia, Texas, where I got to at 6 p.m. yesterday. We're behind schedule, definitely. But, if I did not have any need to have been off of the interstate, I could have been driving at night. you know, yesterday, you know, up I-45, you know, all the way up to where I got off onto Texas 360, which went north-south over on the Fort Worth side. I could have gotten up there, all the way up to there before sunrise. Then when I got off onto that 360, that non-interstate, I would have been fine all the way up to that point driving at night. So, but because I couldn't do that, and this morning, I only had about 35 minutes when I could have driven at night before I got off of I-27. And I kind of put the kibosh on that, or like I said, we're a good 2.5 hours short. So technically, if you want to look at it, when I get up here to Eads, to this Love's number 653, this is when I should have been delivering in Aurora, Colorado today. But now I have about 2.5 hours after I get here, so, you know, just about 11:15, we're going to pull in here. So 1:45 to 2 o'clock, we should be pulling in at Aurora, Colorado. There's not much reason why this Caterpillar 950M wheel loader is not off my truck, you know, by 2 o'clock, you know, 2:30 at the latest. As long as I can do that, you know, if I can get there by 2 p.m., we're still on the same ETA I gave yesterday morning, before all the nonsense. So, you know, we're just going to do what we can to make up for it as much as possible. I mean, like I said, my accident with the steer tire blowing out, going into the guardrail, you know, didn't damage the trailer, didn't damage that load, so that was you know, the upside. But from May 19th, all the way till Friday, the next Friday, the 26th, I did nothing. Then it was at least 2 days. You know, I got back down to Alabama, to Tuskegee, Alabama, on Sunday. Went to Hope, Alabama, to the Pilot Flying J there. Monday was Memorial Day, so I didn't get a load there. I sat around all day. Tuesday, I finally got a load at noon. I drove all the way to Nome, Texas, about 553 miles. I got there at about 10:10 in the evening. And then when I got up in the morning on Wednesday, they're telling me they're not ready to load. They don't have anybody to do the loading. They can't break anything down. They can't get it on my trailer. Blah, blah, blah. And the soonest they could possibly done it would have been, you know, yesterday. And also, you know, that really sucked. So, you know, my manager quickly got me another load. Went down to Galveston, to the port of Galveston. My routing in my GPS, I did not have avoid ferries. So unfortunately, I went all the way down. I went all the way over to, down to Boulevard, Boulevard Peninsula, which is like 20 miles away, not even 20 miles away from the port in Galveston. But it's a bridge. I'll take the bridge over, bam, done. But apparently it's a ferry, so I had to take another 2 hours to go back around the other way. So, I got there 3 hours later than I wanted. Fortunately, the port there was being a little bit more, rational and common sense. So I got in quickly. I got my load, got my piece on, got there as fast as I could. I lost about 3 hours, 3.5 hours from Galveston through, going through Houston, and then got myself up to Buffalo, Texas, and parked there for the night. I didn't get pulled in there until like 8:30 almost, or 8:20 is when I was off my clock. So. So then all yesterday was, trouble. And now today, so far, is going a little bit more smoothly. No real slowdowns. Most people are not driving like 100% idiots, There's going to be a couple of 45, 50% idiots out there, but for the most part, everybody's behaving themselves. One little detour I was forced to take there on the west side of Amarillo because they shut the road down. Once we got past Amarillo, it's been pretty easy sailing. I mean, the way station here in Lamar, Colorado, that way station officer was pretty decent. How you doing? How's your day? Can I have paperwork, please? Checked everything. She was being pretty detailed. She was checking everything. Gave me the approval. Sent me on my way. Thank you. God bless. Have a good day. Bam. Like I said, now we just got to finish out. Like I said, we got another 17 miles up here to Eads. Like 100 something. What do we got here? I forgot what it was. So another 157 miles after Eads. So roughly 2.5 hours ish. We already gained an hour on the day because we went from Oklahoma, across the border into Colorado. That's where the central time zone, the mountain time zone, changed over because it follows the border from Colorado, follows the border on the south side of Colorado in the southeast corner, follows Oklahoma, and then down to Texas, New Mexico, blah blah blah. So it's not too, we gained an extra hour, so that helps a little bit. We're still behind schedule, but so far everything is rolling along smoothly today. And then, like I said, we'll get this well, I appreciate that. Thank you much. Like I said, right now it's just lives. I don't have the time to actually do an edited video, which I would prefer to do. This is more immediate. I can talk to people at least a little bit. through here. But I would like to go back to doing some edited videos, but I really don't have the time. I don't have the internet access for that. You know, so, but like I said, we'll just a little bit something to keep me sane on the road. I got music. I got my iTunes library. I got Sirius XM satellite radio. I got podcasts. I got audiobooks. You know, so no, I have plenty of entertainment and education on the road when I'm driving. Most importantly, I talk to my wife every morning, every evening, whenever we need it. You know, bam. You know, 7, 8, 9 hours a day, every day. You know, we just won't do without that. So it's in the middle of the day. You know, I'll do a little bit on Facebook. I'll do a live here on YouTube again. Now, being in a red truck, red's not my color. I mean, if I am really super lucky, my truck will be repaired within a month and a half to 2 months, and I can get back into it. I can look at a better color hood from my perspective. Yes, I am running over the white line on the right. I want to make sure I have more than enough room for the oncoming traffic. I am slightly wide. I'm only 9'8" wide. I'm like almost 81,000 pounds heavy. I'm not tall, I'm not long. A little bit wide, a little bit heavy, but not too bad. Holy mackerel. Okay, well, we got a little bit of sunshine right now. We have a little spring. We had a little bit more clouds down south. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, not a lot. Lordy. So we're about 12 miles out, roughly. So the road's going to bend to the right here a little bit, go straight up. We're going to make pretty much a left-hand turn, and then a couple of miles down the road, we'll make a right-hand turn. That'll take us into Eads. And then we'll go from there. I mean, it's not... Then, like I said, we're going to stay on US 287 all the way up to Lyman. And once we get to Lyman, then we're going to be on I-70, follow that all the way out towards Denver. I said, I think it's exit 286 we're going to get off of. Then bing, bang, boom. Not even a full mile down to our receiver. We'll get this delivery done. I said the first load I've had on a truck since May 19th. You know. I mean, so today, basically it's 3 weeks. Something like that. 19 to the 31st, that's 12. No, that's on 2 weeks, sorry, 2 weeks. It feels longer. It feels a heck of a lot longer. When you don't do anything for 12 days, ugh. Yeah, let's just say I'm not a fan of, like I said, it's all depending on, you know, what's actually wrong, you know, what they're going to commit to fixing in a certain period of time. So the towing, the other driver who came down and picked me and my truck up, the wrecker, the hotel stays, all the cost is going to take to repair in parts and labor and whatnot. You know, that's good $70,000, $80,000. That one steer tire blowing out on me cost. That's ridiculous. That it costs that much money. I mean, hood, bumper, front axle, wheel, tire, brakes, oil pan, DPS system, right side steps, mirrors, light bars, trim, maybe something with the frame, I don't know. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of money. Oh yeah. No, well, see, I am a company driver, you know, so all that cost, you know, I don't have to try to, you know, another truck was available for me to get right into. Try to find a truck to replace, you know, one that you live in, pretty much. You know, that's spec'd out to what you need and the way you need to have it operate. That's difficult sometimes.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I mean, could it have been done a little bit faster? I think so, but whatever. I mean, this truck could have been brought down and been down in Tuskegee Monday. And then, like I said, spent the rest of Monday moving all my equipment, my tools, my extra pieces, my extra parts, all my property, my kitchen, my office, my clothes, my bedding, my electronics, my tools, all that stuff I could add in the truck by Tuesday morning, hook back up to that trailer, and been on my way to California. But it was done this way. I don't know, I had my safety meeting Wednesday or Thursday when we got back up to Minnesota. I'm not at fault. What can I actually do? I check my tire pressure. I check my tread depth. When I do my tires and tread depth, I write each tire out.
Miles, your destination is on the right.
Front steer, left steer, right steer. Drives. Left front outer. Left front inner. Left front or right front inner, right front outer. Left rear outer. Left rear inner. Right rear inner, right rear outer. I do the same exact thing for the trailer. The same type of classification.
Reduced ahead.
My tread depth, my tire pressure.
Limit reduced ahead.
I record it. I print it out. I make sure it's nice and printed. Print a copy for my maintenance report. I print a copy for myself. Put it in my file. I send it in. And I do everything that I possibly can to maintain the vehicle as if I do own it.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Because when something like this accident happens, I can show that I'm doing all my maintenance as best as possible, better than anybody else. Not to the company standard. The company standard is less than my standard. My standard is so much higher than what the company requires. All right, here we are. Eads, Colorado, EADS. And the main bulk of town is here off to my right, on the other side of the railroad tracks here. So this is pretty much the south side of town. And there's one more road, one more street on the other side of these buildings to my left. Now, if I remember correctly, we go underneath the bridge, I think. Underneath the railroad tracks. If I remember correctly. Yeah, we're going to go underneath. There we go. Okay, nice and wide, so I don't want to hit the Jersey wall on my right side. There's the Cinex right there, and the Love should be right here, right next to it. Or right on the other side of it or something like that. Yeah, there's the Love sign right there.
In a quarter mile, your destination
Yeah, so
is on
fuel,
the right.
like I said, the fuel here in Colorado, $4.34 a gallon, $4.35 a gallon. Paid, three something down in it's like 360 down in Colorado, in Texas there.
Your destination is on the right.
Nice and wide. Put the phone down while you're driving there, lady. All right. Ready. So like I said, 156 miles, 57 miles up to my delivery. So I'm just going to cut it off right here. I'm going to find out. We're going to park the truck right here. Ready? Unlike this knucklehead, just park wherever you want. I'm going to park it in a parking spot. Yes, knucklehead, I'm talking about you. And because I am slightly wider than normal, I'm not going to worry about taking up just one parking spot. There's plenty of parking spots for everybody else. So I'm just going to use my oversized privilege and just take 2 spots. No one hits my flags, no one hits my truck, no one hits my load. We don't need any of that nonsense going on. All right, so I want to say thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Our load check here, and then we're heading on up. Like I said, about 2.5 hours from now, be where we need to be. So it's 11:17 a.m. So until then, God bless. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later. Oh, now you back into a spot? Knucklehead. All right. Talk to y'all later.